Alright, so today SDS dropped a lot of brand new content for us, and the biggest one that we're going to talk about, at least first, is going to be the Team Affinity Season 2. Of course, this is for everybody who, may be out of the loop, didn't watch the stream, or you're going through this and you're like, can I still do Season 1? Can I not do Season 1? How do I do Season 1 and Season 2? So we're going to talk about all of that. So let's head into Team Affinity. And like I said, as you can see, they are separate. They are not together like they were last year. So if we head into any of the Season 2s, we're going to show all the differences that are kind of here than they were in Season 1. The biggest one is the missions. The repeatable missions this time isn't just, having the players have specific innings played. Now it's plate appearances, hits, extra base hits, and strikeouts. Aside from those, the missions are basically kind of how they worked with in the first one. You have to do a specific type of mission with each of the first 5 players that you'll get, and then missions with the 5 other players that you can get as like the big guys. There will also be moments that you can do with all the 5 big guys. You have a conquest map that you can do for the East, Central, and West regions. You can continue to do March to October if you want to. You can do collections. You can do collections with the flashbacks and legends, and then you have exchanges. They added a 4th one now, so you can do 4 exchanges to get all the way to the first big pack. And then of course the showdown vouchers, you can do those as well. So before we get into showing all the cards and what their attributes are like, I'm going to kind of explain how this is going to work for Season 1 and Season 2. So in the stream, they said that if you're doing whatever you're doing, you're playing online, you're playing offline, whatever you're doing, all the progress that you make, whether it's plate appearances, hits, innings pitched, innings played, because if we go back to Season 1, if we go to the missions, it is still just tally innings. If you continue to do that, they will still count. Tallying innings still counts towards your Season 1, but everything else will count towards Season 2. So like how in last year, everything would kind of just go towards Season 2 or go towards something else, this year it's going towards everything. I think a better way of explaining that was last year you had to get through the entirety of Season 1 to get to Season 2, then to get to Season 3, then to get to Season 4. You had to go through the entirety of each one prior, whereas this year you can just continue to do Season 1 while you're doing Season 2. So you're getting multiple benefits if you just have not finished. And I think that's a really good thing. I think that's fantastic. Don't limit us to what we can get just because, maybe we don't have the time to sit there and tally up a bunch of plate appearances. Maybe we don't have the time to sit there and the money to buy all the players for exchanges. Let us get them at the pace that we can get them, and let's just move on. So now we're going to go through all the 60 diamonds that you can get from completing Season 2. And yes, there are 60. There are 2 per team. We have a lower like 85 to maybe 88, 89 diamond. And then you're going to have like a 92 to 97 diamond, because there is a 97 in here. They announced that in the stream. So we're going to go to the AL East first. And as you can see, as soon as you get 5 Team Affinity points, you're going to get your first one. So we're going to take a look at that. And the first one that we have here is an 89 second half Gary Sanchez. The next one we got is an 87 Edwin Encarnacion. Up next, we got an 87 Kevin Kiermaier. The next one, I'm sure there's a lot of people who could probably be very excited for. We have an 87 Chris Davis. And the last one here in the AL East is an 85 Craig Kimbrell. All right, so now that we've seen those, we're going to go move over to the big boys, the bosses, or whatever you want to call them, the big guy. Yeah, big guys. Anyway, the first one we have is a 94 Cal Ripken Jr. Really good against lefties, high vision, great fielding. If you need a shortstop, which I don't think a lot of people probably do sit there and like, oh my god, I need a shortstop, because I'm sure a lot of us have like Tatis or the new Trevor Story. There's a lot of good shortstops, and this just adds another. The next one we have is a 93 Jimmy Fox. He can play first, third, and catcher, where I'm assuming a lot of people are probably going to play him as catcher. He's a really good hitter, and he'll do the job behind the plate if you use him there. The next one we got is a 95 Lou Gehrig. Amazing contact, really good power, really good vision. He's a decent fielder, got some decent speed. If you need a left-handed first baseman because, like fielder ain't doing it for you, this is probably somebody you probably should pick up. You know, I'm sitting here thinking I should probably like name the team that they're for, even though it probably says it for most of them. I should probably just name him anyway. But for the Rays, we got Shane McClanahan. He's a future stars, 93 overall. Really good stamina, really good hits and Ks per 9. He throws heat. I'll be honest, I didn't really know who this guy was until maybe a few weeks ago. And my God, he throws. And the last one in the AL East for the Toronto Blue Jays, we have Jordan Groshans. I'm not 100% on how to say his last name, but he's a 95 overall shortstop. Again, another shortstop, can play third. Amazing contact, really good power, great vision, amazing fielder. He's just like a 5-tool player. That's what this is looking like to me. If you want a 5-tool shortstop, he's your guy. All right, moving over to the AL Central. The first one we have from the Kansas City Royals is Lorenzo Cain. Next, from the White Sox, we got an 87 Luis Aparicio. From the Twins, we got a brand new legend, the first of 2 new legends that they revealed. It is an 86 Joe Nathan. From the Indians, we have an 85 Carlos Carrasco. And the last smaller diamond from the AL Central is a Jack Morris from the Tigers. Now let's talk about the big guys from the AL Central. The first one is the future stars from the White Sox, Garrett Crochet. This is probably the guy I'm picking up first. I want to see if he is as glitchy as his reliever card was last year. 92 stamina, amazing hits and Ks per 9, a lot of velocity, a lot of break, decent control. The only, I guess, downside to this card would be he doesn't have a curveball like he did last year, but I still feel like he's going to be fucking glitchy. The second one from the Cleveland Indians is a 96 second half Jim Thome. This is probably somebody I'm picking up. Like, he's probably the second guy that I get after Crochet. Like, this looks really, really good. There's nothing bad I can really say about it. He doesn't have a lot of speed and his vision is kind of but I mean, still, with 119 contact, you'll probably be able to hit pretty well with Jim. From the Tigers, we have a 92 future stars Isaac Paredes, 100 contact on both sides, okay power, really good vision, pretty good fielder, not a lot of speed, but I mean, he can play third, second, and short. He can play just about anywhere in the infield that's not first. That'll probably do you good if you need it. Up next, we got a guy who literally isn't known as a power hitter, but he can hit the ball. Johnny Damon, 93 from the Royals. He has a lot of contact, obviously, more than 100 in both max against lefties, more than 100 vision. He's a decent fielder with a lot of speed. Never really had an arm, but stick him in left and he'll probably do a pretty good job for you if you need somebody who's not going to hit a lot of home runs. And lastly, from the AL East, we have the future stars Jordan Balazovic. There's probably going to be one in every goddamn one that I cannot pronounce their name. But Jordan, of course, is a starter, fastball, curveball, slider, changeup, good velocity, good stamina, good hits and Ks per 9, good break, good control, decent velocity. It's another right-handed starter, and he kind of just has like the same 4 pitches that everybody has. I mean, there's nothing I can really say about it, but he looks good. We just have to see how his stance is and see if it's good enough. Moving over to the AL West, we have an 88 Sean Doolittle. The next one we got is an 87 Player of the Month from August of 2018, Jose Leclerc. From the Mariners, we have an 86 Jay Buhner. From the Astros, we have an 85 Robin Roberts. And the last lower diamond from the AL West is an 85 Garrett Richards from the Angels. Now we're going to move over to the big guys, and the first one we're going to talk about from the Houston Astros, 96 Royals, Walt 20 win club from 2005, 4-seam sinker, 12-6 curve, slider and change, really good stamina, pretty decent hits per 9, good Ks per 9, really good control, velocity, and break. I expect this to be somebody that's probably going to haunt me for a while. From the Angels, we have a 96 Gold Glove Torrey Hunter. Really good contact numbers, pretty good power numbers, great vision, great fielding, good speed. The only, I guess, downside to him would be like his arm. If it was like 80, 85, then this would be a really, really good card. But in center field with 75 arm, that's just not that good. From the Athletics, we have a 92 future stars, Robert Puason. There's always one, but he has good contact, decent hitting. But he has good contact, decent power, really good vision. He's an amazing fielder, has a lot of speed. The only thing keeping him from that 5-tool guy, he just does not have enough power yet. From the Mariners, we have a 95 Silver Slugger, Edgar Martinez, can play first and third. He was a hitter. You know Edgar Martinez was known as the hitter. Man can hit anything and everything, and that reflects in his numbers. Power versus lefties, while nice, isn't that high, but again, he wasn't known as the best fielder, so he'll do, you know, a decent job over there. And the last big card from the AL West, the Future Stars catcher Sam Huff. He has really good hitting numbers. I mean, everything is over 80. The vision is, it's all right, but I think this is probably the card that is going to give me the most trouble in deciding whether or not I want to continue to use Gary as my catcher when I get him. Now we're going to go to the NL East, and the first smaller diamond is the 89 Warren Spahn. From the Phillies, we have an 89 overall 2009 postseason Shane Victorino. From the Nationals, or well, Expos, we have an 88 breakout Larry Walker. From the Marlins, we have an 86 overall 2003 postseason Juan Pierre. And from the Mets, we have an 85 Future Stars Ahmed Rosario. Now for the bigger guys, we're going to start off with the Braves. We have a 94 Hank Aaron, can play center, left, right, and third. Really good hitting numbers. I love the 42 series Hank Aaron, so I'm sure I'm going to really like this one. His swing is just really good. Good vision, really good fielding, pretty good speed. This is somebody I'm probably going to use again. From the Marlins, we have a 94 Future Stars Edward Cabrera. Sinker, slider, curveball, changeup, and four seam. Really good stamina, hits, and Ks per 9. Really good velocity and break, and pretty good control. From the Mets, we have the 93 overall Future Stars Ronnie Mauricio. He's a really good shortstop, honestly. He's a switch hitter. He has really good contact and power numbers against both sides. Good vision, really good fielding, amazing arm. I mean, the only thing that's kind of iffy about him is if he had like 70 speed, this could probably be like the top shortstop in my opinion. He may even still be the top shortstop in my mind. So like I said earlier, here we have the 97, the only 97 from this, Cliff Lee. He had 6 shutouts from the 2011 season, so they gave him 115 stamina. He has really good hits and Ks per 9. He does a sinker, cutter, circle change, knuckle curve, and a four seam. This card screams, use him for deception. He has good control, good break, and, you know, pretty decent velocity. And the last big card from the Nationals, we have the Future Stars Jackson Rutledge. Like with some of the other guys, we have a four seam, slider, changeup, and curve. 94 stamina, really good hits and Ks per 9, really good control velocity, and a lot of break. So just like I said with Jordan, I just have to see how he plays. Alright, so now the smaller players from the National League Central. The first one we have is an 89 second half John Lester. From the Pirates, we have an 89 All-Star Willie Stargell. From the Reds, we have an 89 postseason George Foster. From the Cardinals, we have an 85 Future Stars Tyler O'Neill. And from the Brewers, we have an 85 All-Star Jonathan Lucroy. I'm sure Kevin's gonna love this card. Now let's talk about the big guys. The first one from the Cubs, 95 Prime Mark Prior. Four seam, slurve, curveball, and change. Good stamina, really good hits and Ks per 9. Really good control, break, and velocity. I've never really used Mark Prior a lot in past games, but, you know, I'll be excited to use this one. From the Reds, we have a second half 94 overall Johnny Bench. He can catch, play first and third, and you know, if you put him at first or third, he'll play gold defense over there, and he has a really good arm. But his hitting stats are good as well. He's got good contact against both sides, good power against lefties, and really good vision. From the Brewers, we have the Future Stars 92 overall Bryce Terang. Terang basically looks almost exactly the same as Poisson did to the A's, so I'm just gonna say it's basically the same, maybe just a little less arm strength. From the Pirates, we have the 95 overall Future Stars Quinn Priester. While the card looks really good, you know, stamina, hits, and Ks, my only concern, he's on the Pirates. I feel bad for him. He's gonna need to get the Garrett Cole treatment and get the fuck out. And from the Cardinals, we have a 96 overall MVP Joe Torre. 125 in both contacts, decent power, really good vision, really good fielder. Well, not really good, but, you know, pretty good fielder. And, you know, a little bit of speed. And now for the last division, the NL West. The first smaller diamond is the 89 overall All-Star Charlie Blackmon. From the Giants, we have an 89 overall postseason Sergio Romo. From the Diamondbacks, we have an 86 overall breakout Justin Upton. From the Dodgers, we have an 85 overall postseason Don Sutton. And from the Padres, we have an 85 overall breakout brand new legend Heath Bell. Moving over to the bigger diamonds, the first one is from the Arizona Diamondbacks. It's a brand new legend. It's 93 overall Cy Young Brandon Webb. He has a sinker, curveball, cutter, changeup, and fastball. Really good stamina, pretty good hits and Ks per 9. I feel like anybody who has a sinker is going to be very good, and considering it's his first pitch, this will probably be a really good card. From the Rockies, we have a 96 overall, 30-30 Dante Bichette. Of course, Bichette's going to have amazing hitting stats, almost 100 in everything except power versus righties, almost 100 vision, but the shortcomings would probably be, you know, not that really good of a fielder, but at least he has, you know, speed to hopefully make up for the lack of fielding. From the Dodgers, we have a 94 overall Future Stars Josiah Gray. Like with a few of the other Future Stars starting pitchers, 4-seam, slider, changeup, and curve. So I'm just going to leave it at that. We have to see how he is. We have to see if the motion is good, and we'll just go from there. From the Padres, we have a 93 overall second half Tony Gwynn. Like usual, Tony Gwynn was known for the contact, so 125 in both, almost 120 in vision. Not a lot of power, but this is a guy who will probably slap you a lot of singles, maybe even some doubles, considering he also has 70 speed. And the last card from the Giants, 94 overall All-Star Willie Mays. Good contact and power, good vision, good fielding, and good speed. Obviously, we're probably going to get a better Willie Mays, you know, in a few months. So this is one to kind of hold us over until we probably get that 99 one. But that's everything that we have to talk about with Team Affinity. We're going to end it off though on one last thing that I kind of wanted to talk about that they went over in the stream itself. If we go over to the collections, there's a brand new Legends and Flashbacks collection. We go into it, we have a 99 overall Mariano Rivera. As they said on the stream, he is the first pitcher to have a 99 overall in the game. Cutter, 4-seam, sinker, slider, and changeup. But the way to get him is you have to have the vouchers from all of the different collections, or you can get the 99 Jackie Robinson. There are 15 of them here, and you only have to do 14 of them. I say only, kind of because I actually, you know what, we're gonna take a look. Let's go with the 42 because I think I have the 42. So that would be, you know, obviously doing all that. So you have to collect a good amount of each of them to be able to get the voucher. So would I have enough here? I'm one short there. Okay, that's not bad. I know I don't have that. Rookie I might have. Rookie I have. Okay, so some of these you might already have, you know, the right amount to be able to do it. So hopefully it won't take you too long to be able to get him. But yeah, I think that's basically everything I wanted to talk about for today's video. Kind of wanted to shed some light for those who maybe didn't watch the stream or maybe just don't know how to deal with the Team Affinities. And of course I wanted to show all the cards for those who may have not seen them yet, or, you know, obviously you're probably playing the game, so you've probably seen them, but just in case. So with all that being said, thank you for watching, hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.